阿弥陀佛，阿弥陀佛。请大家注意一下哦。现在请在外面的车子呢，我刚刚呢把大家的车头这个雨刷全部提起来，每一台车的雨刷提起来，那个怕等一下大家。
姐也第一次领受到山庄的大风雪，是不是？这一次真的是也是非常棒的，因为有师尊在才觉得棒。非常感谢大家的来参加师尊的附魔，然后呢，请大家一定要注意安全因为呢地上真的很滑，我们撒了盐，大家都知道，一撒那个盐呢，风就吹走了，也没办法，所以呢，就是大家走路的时候一定要非常非常的小心，还有呢非常非常的慢大家一定要提醒大家，还有呢，大家不要在室外，全部的人呢，请大家到室内来，然后呢，请大家一定要戴口罩大家一定要戴口罩因为呢，就是如果你们在室外的话呢，也不好师姐不好意思进入彩虹雷战士之后就不可以拍照了请大家不要拍照如果你们想要拿照片的话呢，可以到我们彩虹雷战士那个网站那边有那个相片山庄的雪景这些都有欢迎大家可以呢，就是上我们彩虹雷战士那边下载谢谢你们
真和中美国西雅图彩虹雷战士普陀金刚护魔法会开始，与会大众请起立，恭迎真和中
Tiger Head Vajra Homa fire offering ceremony has now begun. Let us now stand up, join our palms with reverence, and together we are welcoming our lineage root gurus, Holiness Living Buddha Lien Sheng, to enter into the temple hall.
顶礼坛城做观想大礼拜，一拜根本传承上师及诸佛。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心三音。二拜诸菩萨。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心三音。三拜诸护法金刚。嗡啊吽。 弘观想顶礼，回天心三业是平等一起受。恭请师尊移步到展示屏，接受众线上的众弟子问安。
阿弥陀佛，阿弥陀佛，阿弥陀佛，老师真好，新年快乐，师尊好，来啦，师尊好，师尊好，新年快乐，新年快乐，师尊好，新年快乐，新年好，Happy New Year！这么好，我爱你，
新年快乐，佛体安康，
健康，健
有请法王圣尊莲生活佛升法王座。
Welcome His Holiness to please take the Dharma throne, and we welcome all the Dharma masters, venerables, and all participants to please take the seats.
恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛加持主持者表格。
Inviting His Holiness to bless the prayers of the primary supplicants. Offering of Hatha. Let us now join our palms with reference, and we would like to invite Vajra Master Lin to present the offering of Hatha on behalf of all of us as the symbol of the highest honor. Tiger Head Vajra Homa Fire Offering Ceremony has now begun. Visualize two Buddha lineage, Namo Vayukana Buddha, Namo Buddha Lukana, Namo Amitabha Buddha, Namo Padma Kumara. Visualize Grandmaster and all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas radiating light to bless us. We said the root Guru mantra 7 times.
Om Guru Liên Sâm Siddhi Hom. 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 做四无量观，观想右手边有。
Perform the visualization of the 4 immeasurables, ancestors and relatives from the father's side to your right, from the mother's side to your left. Friends and teachers behind us. enemies and karmic creditors in front of us. Sentient beings around us, together practicing tantric dharma and ultimately attaining Buddhahood. Clap twice and snap your fingers to awaken the deities. Recite purification mantras and the deity mantra. Om Siudori Siudori Siumori Siumori Soha. Om Vajra Hom. Namo Samato Motolan Om Duru Duru Deve Soha. Recite invocation mantra. Hom Soha. Om A Hom Soha. Om A Hom Soha. We sincerely invoke our lineage Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian Shan. Namo White Maha Padma Kumara. Namo Lotus Light Self Mastery Buddha. Namo True Buddha's Gold Lineage Gurus. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Koma, Namo Tiger Head Vajra. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Koma, Namo Tiger Head Vajra. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Koma, Namo Tiger Head Vajra. Namo Golden Mother of the Primordial Jet Ponds. Namo 5 Dhyani Buddhas. True Buddha School 8 Primary Deities. Namo Yamantaka. Namo Akalanata. Namo 4 Heavenly Kings. Namo Sima Bodhisattva. Limbo temples, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, and divinities. All the deities enshrined at the True Buddha Tantric Order, at the Seattle Lechang Temple, and at the South Mountain Retreat. Rainbow temples, mountain gods, earth gods, plant gods, wind gods, water gods, heavenly fire gods, dragon gods, and all divinities as well as the city gods, to please radiate light and bless this Homa. Great Home is using visualization for student Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra. Second to all Bodhisattvas. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra. Third to all Herukas and Dhamma protectors. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra. Fourth half bow. Great mandala offering from the offering mudra. Visualize the transformations of the offerings to become innumerable to fill the whole cosmic space. Make the offering above to the lineage root Guru, all the lineage Gurus, Buddha jewel, Dhamma jewel, Sangha jewel, to form bright white light to empower us. Recite the offering verse and mantra. Mount Meru, four continents, and sun and moon transform into precious offerings for the Buddhas. May these wondrous treasures and merits purge our karma to all of our civilization. Fourfold refuge, visualize our lineage root Guru, all the lineage Gurus, Buddha jewel, Dhamma jewel, Sangha jewel, to form bright white light to empower us. Recite the mantra. Namo Guru Be, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhammoye, Namo Sankhyaye. Namo Guru Be, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhammoye, Namo Sankhyaye.
做比较护身手结金刚和
armor protection
念金刚手
for Vajra Sutra, recite the Japanese mantra.
这里嗡波尤兰这里嗡波尤兰这里嗡波尤兰这里嗡波尤兰这里嗡波尤兰这里嗡波尤兰这里。恭请法王圣尊莲僧活佛
Invite His Holiness Living Buddha Lian Sheng to perform blessings with mala.
恭请法王圣尊莲僧活佛金刚灵处结界加持报名表格护摩木及贡品。
His Holiness Living Buddha Lian Sheng to set ceremony demarcation to bless the Homa cards registration forms and all the offerings. Please stand up and join your palms with reverence. And together we are inviting His Holiness to perform the ritual of opening the Homa fire pit, to light the Homa fire, to make all the offerings, and to perform mudra transformations for purifications, enrichments, magnetization, and pardon deliverance. Recite the Tiger Head Vajra mantra. We are inviting everybody to please take a seat. Please do not stay outside. Please come inside. Recite that mantras of the eight principal deities and incarnate Buddha Amitabha.
เดียธาองค์เปกขจยะเปกขจยะมหาเปกขจยะลาจาสโมคเดโสภา南无361500,9,500同名同号阿弥陀佛。南无361500,9,500同名同号阿弥陀佛。南无361500,9,500同名同号阿弥陀佛。请大家起念，请佛注释祈愿文。
Recite the supplication to the Buddha to stay in the Saha world. I pay homage and supplicate His Holiness the virtuous and marvelous Tantrika, our Buddhas of the 10 directions, compassionate Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, and Dakinis, protectors of Dharma. The nights are long, the three poisons are proliferating. My body and soul are stricken, tumbling in the misery of perpetual rebirth. With great compassion, His Holiness came to this world to salvage the deluded ones. Three jewels, eminent wondrous light, to provide refuge for all. All fortunate beings, human and devas, rely on His Vajra body for the bestowal of teachings, vows, precepts, empowerments, and attainments. We disciples of Buddha plead that you stay in the Saha world to turn the Dhamma wheel, to benefit and give happiness to multitudes of sentient beings. Merit dedication. May all uphold the Buddhas, ascend to the realm of utmost bliss, reaping fourfold generosities from above, aiding those in the three realms below. Upon seeing the Buddha, may we transcend life and death. Like the Buddha, may we liberate all. True Buddha's school disciples wholeheartedly pray to the main deity of Homa today, Namo Tiger Head Vajra, the wrathful emanation of Golden Mother. By your formidable Dharma power, please protect our lineage Guru to stay healthy, live a long life with great self-mastery, boundless resources and prosperity, free from all calamities and evils, untouched by sicknesses, to shine bright radiance upon sentient beings, and may the true Buddha Dharma will continually turn. Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lien Seng to perform the overall merit dedication. Wholeheartedly we pay homage to Golden Mother of the primordial Jetpan. Wholeheartedly we pay homage to the Tiger Head Vajra. Wholeheartedly we pay homage to all of Golden Mother's Dharmakaya. Wholeheartedly we pay homage to all the Dakinis. Wholeheartedly we pay homage to Golden Mother of the primordial Jetpans, the Tiger Head Vajra, and all of Golden Mother's Dharmakaya, and all Dakinis. Wholeheartedly we pay homage to Golden Mother of the primordial Jetpans, the Tiger Head Vajra, all the Dharmakayas, and all Dakinis. We pray that you guide the Bartu spirits with affinity, Bartu spirits without affinity, to be reborn into the pure Buddha lands. Please guide all the 1,000 vessels, the 1,000 Dharma vessels, to take the Bartu spirits with and without affinities to reach the other shore, to reach the pure land of eternal light and serenity, to the magnificent land for proper rewards, convenience land for those with remnants, and the mixed land where both the mundane and sages reside, so that everything is non-returning. By the infinite light of Amitabha Buddha, please eradicate all karma, so that we have pure body and mind. Please help so that the pandemic in this world, the viruses, sicknesses, and severe illnesses can be destroyed. We pray, please bestow resources upon spiritual cultivators. Please bestow wisdom upon cultivators. Please bestow harmony, love, and respect upon groups of real cultivators. Please destroy all the wandering and homeless spirits. The golden mother of the primordial jet ponds, the tiger-head Vajra, and all the Dharmakayas and Dakinis, gods in heavens, gods on earth, may be far from all calamities, may all calamities abandon us, let all disasters turn into dust. May all of our prayers be granted. May all that can be destroyed be destroyed. We say 100 syllable mantra 3 times.
Vajra Sato Samaya Manupanaya Vajra Sato Dinupadicha Zezo Mepawa Soto Kayu Mepawa Sobo Kayu Mepawa Anulato Mepawa Sarwa Sidi Mepurayacha Sawa Kama Sutame Jitamu Sriyan Guru Hop 哈哈哈哈呵，巴嘎文萨瓦达他嘎嘎贝扎玛咪门萨贝兹巴瓦玛哈萨玛呀。萨多阿吽嘿唵贝扎萨多萨玛呀，玛努巴那呀贝扎萨多德努巴迪查，这座美巴瓦，苏多开于美巴瓦，苏波开于美巴瓦，安努那多美巴瓦，萨尔瓦西迪美布那呀查，萨尔瓦嘎尔玛苏塔美吉达姆斯里人咕噜吽，哈哈哈哈呵，巴嘎文萨瓦达他嘎达贝扎玛咪门查贝兹巴瓦玛哈萨玛呀。萨多阿吽嘿唵贝扎萨多萨玛呀，玛努巴那呀贝扎萨多德努巴迪查，这座美巴瓦，苏多开于美巴瓦，苏波开于美巴瓦，安努那多美巴瓦，萨尔瓦西迪美布那呀查，萨瓦嘎尔玛苏塔美吉达姆斯里人咕噜吽，哈哈哈哈呵，巴嘎文萨瓦达他嘎达贝扎玛咪门查贝兹巴瓦玛哈萨玛呀，萨多阿吽嘿。做观想大礼拜
Great homage using visualization for Student Guru and all Buddhas.
吽观想顶礼。
Visualize for prostration on the ground, release mudra, second to all bodhisattvas.
啊吽观想。
Visualize for prostration on the ground, release mudra, third to all Hedukas and Dharma protectors.
吽观想顶礼。
Visualize for prostration on the ground, release mudra, fourth half bow.
念圆满
Recite completion mantra.
Om Brim Om Brim Om Mani Padme Hum。让我们以热烈的掌声感谢根本上师
Let's
法
give a
王
round
圣
of
尊
applause to show our gratitude to our Illustrious Guru for presiding over this Tiger Head Vajra Homa fire offering ceremony.
2022年跨年全球真佛中24小时为世界祈福的一段影片。
Let's watch a video about the Tiger Head Vajra recitation for the new year.
我今年的代表就是曙光的曙，曙光的曙。
So the representative word for this year is dawn, which means this year we have the first rays of dawn that will shine upon the whole world.
开始的，也就是说，
So we can say that the year of the tiger
是射出第一道曙光的，
is the year,
所以
is the first rays of
不同的幻
dawn
想
from in the darkness that we've had. So this should be very remarkable and supposed to be auspicious. This is a 24-hour round-the-clock mantra recitation of Tiger Head Vajra and the ceremonies.
此次为世界祈福跨年活动，感恩师佛的大加持，感谢世界真佛中
This is the New Year event.
以及幕后工作的义工同们，谢谢你们。
And thank you to the Trivida Foundation and all the volunteers participants that made it possible. Now let us join our palms, and together we are inviting His Holiness to bestow the precious Dharma teachings.
我们敬礼传承祖师，敬礼了明和尚。
Let's pay homage to the lineage gurus, homage to the Venerable Mang Liao Ming, homage to Master Sakya Tsung, homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa, and homage to Master Dupten Tarji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of Homa today, the Golden Mother, Tiger Head Vajra. Sumo, Tangut Kingdom, Duten City, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, and all disciples present here and over the internet. Good afternoon, everyone. How do you do?
Aishiteru Shanane Hola amigo Te quiero mucho Sugoi Ichiban Kimochi Jumi Yapi Puri Konnichiwa 寻找他们 现在呢，先通知大家，下个星期
I would
天
like to announce for next Sunday,
夜9号
January 9th,
下午3点 PM
3 p.m.
是莲花童子护摩
There will be Padma Kumara Homa fire offering ceremony.
这一尊不用介绍。
There's no need to introduce this deity. Padma Kumara Homa fire offering ceremony.
很简单，就是这样子讲。
Very simple.
没有莲花童子，
Without Padma Kumara,
就没有真佛宗，
there will not be True Buddha School.
一切都没有。
Nothing will exist.
这一尊呢，很多人也把莲花童子当成本尊。
Many people have Padma Kumara as their yidam in their meditational practices. Many of them.
其他的，我想不用再介绍了。
And there's no need to introduce anything else.
不过有一件事情。
However, there's one thing that I should mention.
这个莲花童子它转世非常的多。
Padma Kumaras has many reincarnations.
有一个国度，
And one of the countries
其实在整个西藏来讲起来，
actually in all of Tibet,
其实除了这个雪山
other than the snowy mountain,
另外还有
the
大
great
象山，
snowy mountains, that's also the Tangxiang mountain.
党象山也是在西藏，党象山也
And
是在
the Tangxiang mountain or Tangut
那边
mountain
一组人
is also in Tibet.
离开了党象山，
There was a group of people that left the Mount
到了
Tangut
祁连山，
and went to Mount
在祁连
Qilian.
山的河西走廊
And in
建
the
立了一个
western
就是西向
ravine,
王朝，
they established a country or kingdom called the
4个
Tangut Kingdom, or the Western Xia dynasty.
大白高国，
And they have a total of 10 emperors.
大白
And
高
in the ancient time,
白
it was called the Great White High Country.
观世音菩萨的国度，
So it was the country that the white Padma Kumara
所以
established
大白高
based on Hiking Sutra.
就是大白莲花童子建立的高
So,
观世音的国度。
so the country of the Hiking Kuan Yin Sutra is called the Great White High Country. The country was not big,
多的东西
but many things
也是一种文化，
that we inherit from this Western Xia
高
dynasty,
王观世音真君，
including the whole country chanted the Hiking Kuan Yin Sutra,
这10个
and
法
it had 10 kings or
义
emperors.
就有莲
And some of them were reincarnations of Padma Kumara. Do you remember the Mongolian dynasty? The founder was Genghis Khan or Temujin. He united the whole Mongolia all the way to Europe. It was a huge kingdom. And this great white high country was in the Hersey corridor, the west of the river corridor, very small. However, every time Genghis Khan made an attack to this country, for a total of 9 times, and he never succeeded. Never succeeded. At that time, the empire of the Mongolia attacked many countries, and very fast they would win every time. However, in the attack to this great white high country, they attacked 9 times and never succeeded, and Genghis Khan died from depression. And then later on, Kublai Khan was the one that destroyed this great white high country, or the Tangut Kingdom. This is history. So the great white high country was established by White Mahapadma Kumara, a country of Hiking Guan Yin Bodhisattva. That was a history from the past. Today we perform Tiger Head Vajra Homa. Why? Golden Mother manifested a tiger form. In Taoism, we talk about the 5 elders. The same as in Buddhism. Akshobha Buddha in the east, Amitabha Buddha in the west, Vairocana Buddha in the center, Ratnasambhava Buddha in the south, and Amoghasiddhi Buddha in the north. They are the 5 Dhyani Buddhas. In Taoism, they also have the 5 directional golden sages. In the east, the great emperor Donghua from the east. If you watch the TV series Eternal Love, there is Emperor Donghua in it. This Donghua Dijun is a golden sage without any desire in his heart. He is one with heaven and earth, a golden sage. However, what's written in the TV series Eternal Love was just made up. There was no such thing as romantic love for the golden sage. They have good imagination. If someone is very glib and talks really, then you give them a basket to let them continue to weave the story. So in the east is Donghua Dijun, in the west Golden Mother, at the center is the Huanglao, the yellow elder, and in the north is the water god, and in the south is the fire virtue. That's the 5 elders. In the west is Golden Mother. The east is the blue dragon. The west is the white tiger. So blue dragon, white tiger, red phoenix, and black turtle. So the west belongs to the element gold. That's why we refer to her as Golden Mother, or the and the east belongs to the element wood, and the west is Golden Mother, and blue dragon in the east, white tiger in the west. That's why at her origin there is the tiger head Vajra. That's the origin. Golden Mother is extremely compassionate. However, for people who violate the precepts, very stern and punished like the fierce tigers. So she's both compassionate and ferocious. So Golden Mother has 2 characteristics. One is as ferocious as a tiger and as compassionate as the old mother. In Chinese they rhyme. So we perform this Tiger Head Vajra Homa, and Grandmaster also enshrined the Tiger Head Vajra at the headboard of my bed. Very responsive. Whatever I ask, I get. If I tell her who would I like to meet, then sure enough that night I would see that person. And she would also give me predictions about what will happen in the future. And then what articles I would write the next morning. And she would tell me at night. She would let me see the article, and then I would write it according to her advice or clues. Very responsive. I just place it on my headboard. I do not lit incense or make offerings. I just say good morning in the morning and good night at night before bed. When I do Bardu deliverance, I would pray to her to take charge and give blessings. I don't even offer water, no fruits or anything. I just join my palms. then I would tell her, if you like to eat something, you can go find it in the fridge. That's what I tell them. But every time when I eat, I would make offering first to them.
这一个笑话
This is a joke. Don't know if it's funny or not.
跟闺蜜一起出国旅游，航空公司班机上
I traveled with my best friend,
只猪排跟牛肉，
and on the plane there's menus,
空中小姐为了省时间只问
pork and beef or beef,
你是
and the stewardess, just to save time, she would ask,
合作的回答。
are you a pig or cow? No, actually pork or beef, but in Chinese.
请问四位，猪还是牛？这闺蜜
Yeah, this is only.
我们四个都是猪。
And my best friend replied, all four of us are pigs, actually pork. And it's only meaningful in Chinese.
真的是猪队友。
That's a group of pigs.
老师问小明：
The teacher
你为
asked
什么要
Xiaoming,
在我的课堂上睡觉？
why do you sleep in my
小
class?
明站起来大声讲：
And
你
Xiaoming
为什么要
stood
在
up
我
and
睡觉
said,
的时候上课？
then why are you giving a lesson when I'm sleeping?
还没有道理的。
Unreasonable.
这个听清楚了。阿花在人事课上班，上星期呢调到楼下的总务处。
Ahua work at the human resources,
打到人事课，
and then last week was moved to the
他是这样的。
to the administrative
请问阿花在
downstairs, and then her friend make a phone call. Is Ahua there?
他已经不在人事了。
Yeah, this is also a play of joke in Chinese.
对方这个好朋友讲：啊，怎么会呢？他什么时候走的？这个职员回答：上个星期。
Yeah, this is like she's not in
这个好
the
朋友就哭了。
personnel department, but it sounds like
也没有
it's
送他
not
一程。
in the world
这个职
anymore.
员回答：
Yeah, it's
没关系的，你要去找他，你就下楼去找他就有，到下面去找他就有。很好笑。这个马来西亚莲花美一问的
a question from Malaysia
佛安吉祥
asked by Lian Hua Mei.
吉祥阿弥陀佛。
How do you do, Grandmaster
在报
Amitabha?
文处当义工帮忙处理写超度和祈福附魔片的。
I work as a volunteer in the registration part at the temple,
的关系
and because there's not enough people to get everything done,
处理好的东西
so
带回家
I
完成
took the initiative to take them home
告知我
for those who
最好
registered
要拿回家处理，如拿回家处理。
for registrations. And a fellow disciple told me, don't bring them home, because otherwise the registrants, ancestors, attached spirits, or karmic creditors, or baby spirits, or the deceased would follow us home and would affect us and the family members to be affected by the spirits. So I don't dare to bring them home anymore. So, but I want to get the right answer. So could you please confirm? Because I find it strange and confused. Does it mean that all the temple work has to be done at the temple and we cannot bring them home to work on them? Thank you for helping answer this question. So she writes the Homa cards at the registration section because it's not done yet. More work than people, so she brought them home and it said okay. Let me ask all of you, what do you think? Like those who registered for Bardo deliverance, and then she brought them home and then wrote them at home. She's just a volunteer in the registration division. Do you have any opinions, one way or another? None? Someone has opinion, please stand up and say. Okay, please have a seat. Anybody else?
因为那有时候那个灵不干净，会做成那个干扰。都是师尊讲的对，我不懂。
It's best to do it at the temple, but I don't know. This question is something that we never thought of. She's a volunteer at the temple, so writing the registration forms and Homa cards. So she brought them home. So does that mean that she will bring all the spirits home? Or should she finish it at the temple? But it's not enough people to finish the work. So I never thought of this issue. Yeah, Wami from Malaysia. Is it okay to bring home? Then say yes. If cannot, then say no. So we have the answer now, but it's the same as no answer. Some people can bring them home, but some people cannot bring them home. So fine for some people and not for others. Master Lian Jia said, if you have no worries, then it'll be fine. But according to Grandmaster, if your body is easily attached by spirits, then you should not. But bodies that do not get attached by spirits easily, then you can do it. So it depends. So what Master Lian Jia said makes sense. Like if you have no worries, no problem about it, then of course it's okay. And her body also has no tendencies to attract spirits, then it's fine. But if you are easily bothered by those spirits, then you should not. Everybody have different constitutions. Like in the middle of the night, I walk in the cemeteries, in the graveyard, 24 hours to consult feng shui and to have the coffin to enter the ground. The hour was chosen to be midnight in Taiwan, in Kwansangfeng. There were all graveyards everywhere. And there were several followers that we went up the hill, and at the right hour, we placed the coffin in. Sometimes it's at midnight, because we chose that hour that is good for the deceased and his family. So in the middle of the night, I would climb all over graveyards. Patusan. There was a beautiful lady that told me that she wanted to go. So there were several of my disciples, Zhang Huangming, Liao Yichun, sometimes Lian Si, Lian Zhu, they all followed me in the middle of the night to go up the mountain. We were not afraid. Even when we roam around the graveyards, those were places where people sleep, but we still do our work then. There was a beautiful lady from Zhanghua that followed us. I forgot her name. She looked good. And she thought we were having fun, but when we got to the graveyards and she thought, ooh, a real thing. And when she heard some sound like made by grass, a tiny grass, and then she just hugged someone's Zhang Huangming who's tall, and she just dig her head in his chest, and he took the opportunity to hug her even tighter. And Zhang Huangming now has left the world, has passed away. I will never be attached or attacked by spirits. But if your feng shui consultation is wrong, one time I made a mistake. I was not careful enough then. At a place called Dajingtou Cemetery. How did I make the mistake? They didn't tell me where the head is. If the tombstone is here, and when the coffin is placed, the head is here, and the feet is at the tombstone, and the head is at the furthest point of the tombstone. So when they place it down, it's the other way around. So the head is at the tombstone, and the feet is at the other end. So that night, the spirit came to find me and told me, "You misplaced me." And immediately I corrected it. So, if the spirits come and find you and yet you are not aware, then you would be attached by the spirit. So this is important. People who are easily attached by spirits, they will. But people who are not easily attached by spirits, then they won't. I have a disciple who always gives feng shui consultations, and eventually he was attached by spirits and not just one. So if you make mistakes with the living feng shui for the living people, it's still okay. But if you do it for the dead people, and they come to find you, then that would be horrible. The whole family would be affected.
师母回答可以带回家写护摩木没问题，因为那个还没有执行法会，还没有加持，还没有印烧没问题。
There's no problem to bring them home to do, because it's before the ceremony and before being burned into the Homa fire. But what I said is, if you're not easily attached by spirits, you can do it. Because I discover at our home, because now I do the bardo deliverance of the 1,000 vessels. Some people come early, some people come late. It's not your turn yet, and you already come so early. Then what should I do? Then they would stay at the hotels of my house. And where would I stay? I told you, right, that the bamboo sections are empty. There would be over 10 of them inside one section. Some people can hide inside the walls. Even when there are no hollow spaces like cements, they can hide in there too. And in the hallway, as I walk back, they sneak their heads out. Why? They ask for Grandmaster's blessings. And then I touch their heads all the way back to my bedroom. And also inside the cabinets, as seen by Sumo. And there was one that went hiding. And as the door closes, he was caught in between, and the head fell out, and he extended a hand to pick up the head. So some people come early, some people got late, and some people that it's just the right time to get on board the vessels. And we have many gods that check on the spirits. And there's some that come early and they can stay in the hotels. That's all I can say. It depends on the individuals whether you would be bothered or not by the spirits. And the second question also from Malaysia. The family name is Gan. In Grandmaster's books number 266, the golden verses, article number 125, it talks about tantric spiritual cultivation to transform the solid into liquid and from liquid into gas, and then the gas into spirit and spirit into light. Only this is called attainment. And I say this is the key formula of spiritual cultivation. It's extremely important, utmost important. The first question is, how do we transform the solids into liquid and then lastly into light? And second, how do we know that we have reached liquid or gas or light? And then how do we know at what state we are now? Amitabha. This questions is troublesome. In tantric practices, first we transform the solid state into liquid, and from liquid to gas, from gas to spirit, from spirit to light. So let me tell you, ice is solid. When it encounters heat, it would become liquid. Like today, it's it's like a powder, solid. The ice, it's really windy, and the ice, snowy ice, just flew all over. When I went out to lit the Homa fire with the bursts of wind, and it's like salt. It's all stick to my head and my feet everywhere. It blew on me. That was really cold. So solid is ice. It becomes liquid, that would be water, becomes gas, which when you evaporate the water, that would be gas. And then from gas, it becomes the spirit. And the spirit transforms into light. And that is called attainment. This is the key formula of spiritual practice of utmost importance. We have Bodhi chakra here. Here at the brow chakra, we have the solid light drops. It's ice. The whole block of ice here. And how do you heat it so that it can drip? You use the inner fire.
你身体的温度升高，左火上升。
When your body temperature increases, the inner fire rises all the way to the brow chakra and to touch the body chakra, and then it would liquidify.
互相融合，
And you have both the fire and water to fuse, to merge together in the 5 chakras, then it would become gas. And it becomes the life chi. And you melt the life chi even more. After it becomes a gas state, it can go all over the channels, all over your body. When the water and fire merge, it would emit light, would transform into light. So when the fire is burning, that is also light. When the fire burns the water would become gas or vapor. And the gas can also become light. So that's the concept of chi channels and light drops in Tantrayana. If when it becomes a liquid, and then you let it emit it out of your body, that's called emission. But if you can retain the liquid, that's called non-leaking. If you already have the liquid, then you use the fire to burn it, and it will transform into qi. And the qi would flow in all the channels. And since you use fire to burn the water to become qi, to become gas, it also can become light. And because it's a kind of fuel, so that's the spirit. That's all I can say simply. How do we transform the solid into liquid? You use inner fire to melt it. And then transform into light, because the inner fire itself is light. The inner fire is light. And when the gas is burned by the inner fire, it would become the spirit. When it reaches all over the body in the channels, then it would become light being emitted by the body. So liquid is the same as the oil. That's light drops. And then when you add oil to the fire, it would become brighter, and that's the light. How do you know if you have attainments that you have reached liquid? Because you can feel that here at the brow point, there are water dripping every time the inner fire is touching it, and then you retain it, and you don't want it leak. Then you become non-leaking. How do we know at what state we are? Is it solid, liquid, or it's simple? If you can feel there's water dripping from your brow chakra, and you can feel the sensation yourself, then that's the state of liquid. And if you feel that the inner fire at the navel chakra is warm, And then when the fire rises, you know, and you could feel there's fire. And then when the two merge together here, it would become light. And the light transforms into the spirit. One is warm or hot, one is cool. The liquid is cool. The inner fire is hot. That's in the Tantric Buddhism, Tantric practices. Lao Qian raised pigeons for many years, and it died. And Lao Qian was really sad and did not want to bury it, wanted to cremate it and then scatter the ash in the ocean to return to the nature. But during the cremation, it's the more he burned the pigeon, the more fragrant it is. So he bought 2 bottles of beer. So many people, as they walk further and further, they forgot their original intention. Some people became ordained as monks and nuns, and the aspiration in the beginning was good, but as they walk along, they forgot about it. When we reach middle age, it's like the novel Journey to the West. Some people, it's like the monk, tongues, sanzang, always nagging, or the pressure of the Monkey King, because he wore a band around his head. Or you have the figure of the precept pig. Of course, no waist and big belly. And the hairstyle of the monk Sa-he-sang, because it's bald at the center. And primarily it's getting closer and closer to the Western paradise. Or to heaven, closer and closer. Grandmaster has passed middle age. Now I am at my youth. The teacher said, if you think you're stupid, please stand up. And the students look at each other and no one dared to stand up. Only Ming stood up. And the teacher thought, do you think you're dumb? And Xiaoming said, no, teacher. I just want to accompany you. Ming is very smart. Okay, now we'll continue on the Vajra Sutra. Subhuti, the Tathagata speaks truthfully, realistically, appropriately, without deceit and without prejudice. Subhuti, all the Dharma or anything obtained by the Tathagata are neither real nor false. Subhuti, if a bodhisattva dwells on anything while performing acts of giving, it is as if he is in the dark, he will not see anything. But if a bodhisattva does not dwell on anything when performing acts of giving, then he is not blinded and will be able to see all sorts of forms as if the sun is shining. Subhuti, in future lives, should there be good men and good women who can accept and uphold, read or recite the sutra, they will be known and seen by the Tathagata through his wisdom, and they will attain vast and boundless merits. I finished reading it all of the chapter, but let me just explain this sentence. Subhuti, the Tathagata speaks truthfully, realistically, appropriately, without deceit and without prejudice. Today we will only cover this. This sutra is talking about the true reality or the real phenomena. And the real phenomena is without any phenomena, is non-phenomena. Without any phenomena. The Buddha said, he speaks truthfully, realistically, genuinely, appropriately. So the true reality is like what I said, without deceit, without lying, without prejudice, not speaking two different things, just one kind. The only true reality or real phenomena, and the real phenomena is non-phenomena. Basically, nothing exists. That's the simple explanation of the statement. If you go deep into it, you would know. Let me tell you, now I am giving Dharma teaching here. It's true that there is Sangyen Lu seated on the Dharma throne, and the Rainbow Temple is also real. You can see it. And today there are wind and snowstorm, and you have seen it. And you have seen the Homa Hall. Isn't that reality? Look at to your sides and who are sitting next to you, and you have seen them. How can it be not real? How do you say that nothing exists? What you see today, what you encounter, they're all real. Grandmaster's giving Dharma teaching here, you're listening down there. And the one from Indonesia, Lian Yan. And from Brazil, Lian Jia. And Lian En from somewhere. And those four who just sit there dumbfounded. We all recognize them. Aren't they real? How can you say that they're not here? No one to speak the Dharma, no one to listen to the Dharma, and no such things as Dharma. How do you differentiate them? Sakyamuni Buddha said that the real phenomena is non-phenomena. And he is the one who speaks the truth. He speaks truthfully. So does that mean that we speak untruthfully? Tangut Kingdom is seated there, and the piano master. And the other two, let's not talk about them. But they are real people. Aren't they real? Let me tell you one thing. That's called you perceive due to the sight or seen. So it's your momentary sensation or perception. You see it, or you see the form. According to the Buddha, that's just for a moment. So you're seated today and look at people next to you, and then look again next week. They would be different. And the following week, when you come, it would be different. When are you leaving? Wednesday. See, next week, after Wednesday or next week, she won't be here anymore. It'll be different. Next week, you'll be gone. How about Yan Yan? Leaving on 12th. So next week, you're still here. But will you sit at the same spot? Right. It will change. It's not real. The real one will never change. The one that never changes is only emptiness. Anything else will change. It's ever changing. Like a couple of lovers with a promise, swearing an eternal promise. Even when the ocean dry up and the rocks rot, but my love for you will never change. My vow is like the ocean and the mountains. That is called bull. Bullshit. No such thing. Romantic love will always change. Loving you for tens of thousands of years. Who sang that song? Liu Dehua. I don't know if he ever changed. That's just blowing his horn. Boasting. Anything, according to the Buddha, is ever changing. A second, a minute, an hour, at any time, it's always changing. Everything is impermanent. Everything is ever changing. Love and feelings are always changing. It's the same with the couple. husband and wife are the same as mutually cheating. I mean, this is play of words of Chinese. Homophone. I lie to you today, you lie to me tomorrow, we cheat each other. So what is the true reality? The only thing that never changes is the Buddha nature. It is emptiness. Yeah, nothing to own. Someone wrote a song about enlightenment by the great master Yongjia. There are 6 interests in the dream, but at the end, it's all empty. So, in the dream, so the dream refers to the human life. So the 6 interests are the heavens, asura, human, hells, hungry ghosts, and animals. Huh? Is that what it is? We also have the 6th rebirth cycle. I forgot to mention it last night. If you have karma, you would have the 6 reincarnations, 6 rebirth cycle. Unless your karma is emptied, then you would attain the Tao. Lastly, it would be all empty. If you have been enlightened, then you would know it's empty. Even the 3,000 great thousand worlds are non-existent. We have one sun and one moon. That's one small 1,000 world, and 3,000 small worlds is one medium world, and 3,000 medium world is the same as one great world, and 3,000 great thousand worlds. Just imagine how big the world would be. So the 3,000 great thousand worlds in Buddhism is like that. So a system with one sun and moon, that's a one small world, and then 1,000 small worlds that would make one medium world. But eventually, all the 3,000 great thousand worlds are non-existent. That's written by Master Yongjia. So in the dream, the 6 realms are existent, but lastly, the 1,000 worlds are all empty. So the Tathagata speaks truthfully, realistically, accordingly, without deceit and without duality. Nothing exists. What do you think? What Sakyamuni Buddha said, is that the truth? In the past, I went to France and saw the Eiffel Tower. Oh, that's how it is. Now I'm not in France and I don't see the Eiffel Tower. But in my memory, there is an Eiffel Tower. Is that real? What's in your memory? There is a form of Eiffel Tower in my brain. I also went to the Thames River and I know what it looks like, and I've been to Holland and know how the houses are built there.
阿尔卑斯山，
I've visited the Alps,
我知道
and I've seen how they look.
看到
I've
瑞
been
士
to Switzerland and saw the lakes.
去过德国，
I've visited Germany and Munich, München.
我也看过这个 BMW 的这个车厂。
I've visited the BMW car factory.
如果你没有去，
They're all in my memory.
你只是看图片，你也有那个印象在里面。
But if you've never visited them, but you have seen the pictures, you also have that
但是现在
image, right?
恍如隔世。如果你没有再去，
If you don't go there again, it feels as if
是不是恍如隔世？
it's the past life.
也说不定能去，也说不定不能去。
Perhaps we can go again, or perhaps not in this lifetime.
同学会一直要
Like the spiritual center in Spain
这个也要看时间，
keeps inviting us to go, but
在你
it
脑海
depends on our time.
西班牙的同学会只看到照片，
So all we have in our brain is from the photo of that spiritual center
因为是触境
in Spain.
生情，才能
So because we have perception,
你没有看到，
makes you feel they exist, but if you don't see
你没
them,
有听到，
it would feel as if they don't exist. If you don't hear them, then they would become non-existent.
比如那个以前那个马来西亚有
For example, in Malaysia, there was the 猴子,
新加坡
someone
有这个
who defamed Grandmaster on the internet, and Yao Zhong from Singapore who slandered
还
Grandmaster,
有几个人
and several people in Taiwan who
但是我
slandered
这个人没有手机
Grandmaster.
又没有电脑，
But Grandmaster has no cell phones, no computers, no tablets.
始终
I just never see them. Someone printed it for me.
有人师母有印了好多
Simu printed a lot. I wanted to show them to me, but I told her, I don't want to read them. Just throw them away.
人家批评，然后
So they're
跟我讲，
liberal and defamation.
我没有
And some people told me it's really horrible, but I don't feel it because I don't
没有看
know.
到
I haven't seen them. I haven't read what they wrote. I don't know what they wrote. I don't keep it in mind, and I don't keep it in my heart or
所以
on
根
my
本什么
mind.
都没有。
So basically, nothing's there.
一点压力都没有，一
No stress, no pressure whatsoever, not the slightest.
没有感觉啊，因为
I didn't feel
你
anything
见景思情，你看到了
because
你没有看到，不会
you
有
perceive and you would
讲很严重，
feel it
每天过得很好，
because you see. That's why you would feel the pressure. But if you don't, you feel no pressure at all.
没
And
感觉啊，
you defame me, you slander me. I don't feel
没有
anything
听到，
because I didn't see and I didn't hear.
如果你看
So no pressure whatsoever. Of course, if you see it and hear it, then there would be pressure. So you close them off.
什么压力都没有，
Then no
空
stress whatsoever. So completely empty.
我这样解释不知道对不对？
I don't know if this explanation is right or not.
31分呢，我看到了，我心里很紧张。这就是看到时间，你心里才会紧张，不然我继续讲下去呀。
5:31. So now I become anxious because I see the clock. If I don't, I can continue until 6.
这个见景思情。
So this is called.
如果没有看到，
You sense it because you perceive it, or you perceive it because you see it. So Lao Tzu said,
为道日损，什么意思啊？你做学问，每天你要吸收一些知识，你就会变成很有学问的人。
If you are a scholar, you would absorb knowledge, then you would become a knowledgeable scholar. But if you want to train in the Taoist practice, then you want to discard. Every day you discard some. When you throw away all your garbage, you become pure. Your afflictions are emptied. Your hindrances are emptied. Your habitual tendencies are all thrown out. So you throw them out piece by piece. Greed, anger, delusion, doubt, pride. And so you throw them out little by little until they're completely gone. Then you would attain the Tao. So for the Tao, you lose or you discard. For the Tao, you empty and you cleanse and empty all the bad things. Then you can attain. But for study, you gain. But for the Tao, you lose. So for the Tao, you want to throw out all the garbage. So that's spoken by Lao Tzu. It's the same as Sakyamuni Buddha. Then you eradicate your karma little by little, then you would be completely empty and you would attain the Tao. That would be the real Tao, spoken by the Bodhisattva. That's spoken by the Buddha. Then you have nothing whatsoever inside your heart or mind. You have no karma. You have no 6 rebirth cycle. Nothing at all. The 6 rebirth cycle is due to your karma. If you have good karma, you're born in the heaven, asura, and human realms. If you have bad karma, you would be born in hells, hungry ghosts, and animal realms. And humans are amidst birth and death, birth and death, always in the cycle. If you want to abandon the rebirth cycle, today I speak truthfully to empty all your karma. All your karmic transgressions should be emptied in order to attain the Tao, in order to attain Buddhahood, or to become a Bodhisattva. Om Mani Padme Hum.
非常感谢根本上师法王圣尊莲生活佛精彩宝贵的法语开示，请在座的诸位把椅子叠好，放在两旁。我们恭请师尊带领大家顶礼坛城。 顶礼坛城做观想大礼拜，一拜根本传承上师及诸佛。嗡啊吽观想顶礼，回天心善印。二拜诸菩萨。嗡啊吽观想顶礼，回天心善印。三拜诸护法金刚。嗡啊吽观想顶礼，回天心善印。四平等一起手。恭请师尊以播道展视频接受众线上的众弟子感恩之心。
谢师尊，好，
敬礼加持，下说
感恩师尊，谢谢众线上的弟兄们，下周见喽！谢谢师尊，谢谢大家。好幸福哦，每周在众线上都可以跟师尊问好，谢谢大家，谢谢师尊，下周见。 现在恭请师尊赐授虎头金刚法灌顶。 灌顶即将就要结束了，还没有接受灌顶的义工同仁，请你们来接受灌顶，灌顶即将就要结束了。我们一起顶礼感恩，谢谢师尊赐授斧头金刚法灌顶。附魔法会圆满吉祥结束了，网络直播到此结束，谢谢大家，阿弥陀佛。We now conclude this live broadcast. Thank you for viewing.